Yo, gotta triple check these days because, yeah, man, it fucking starts. It starts without actually starting. Just making sure that we're live. What's cracking, bulls? We are here yet again. We are going to do what we usually do. What we do is we start. Is it? Oh no, fuck, here we go. Oh my god. There is so many go live buttons that I have to click to get this bitch going. Yeah, it's been started. It's been fucking started the whole time. How do they do it? I don't know. So what we'll do the usual standard procedure. So what we're going to do is we'll talk about the charts and then we'll go through the news like this. So just making sure that we're live. We're live. We're definitely live. Yes, we're live. How good's that? Yep. All right. So what we do is we go through the charts. I force some A-grade technical analysis down your throat. I'll show you what you should learn, should understand, because price action is the best. What's happening, Zaki? Good to see you, my man. And then we'll talk about some news, a little bit of news. Not a whole lot of news, but a little bit of news. A little touch of news. And we'll move on from there. But the first thing is we'll start backwards just for this, is because we're going to go have a look at Ethereum charts, see if it has affected it at all. Trump Insider, I don't know where they got that from. Trump Insider just longed $145 million worth of ETH, 50x leverage. So that means if Ethereum goes backwards 2%, he'll get stopped out. It's actually position afloat by by putting more capital in. That's basically it, just floating it with more capital. He will be stopped out, liquidated at minus 1.5 to minus 2%, because the equation's simple. 100x moves down 1%, you're out. 50x moves down 2%, you're out. 33x moves down 3%, you're out. You know what I'm saying, eh? Like 20x, so 100 divided by 20 is 5. So if it moves down 5%, you're liquidated. You just divide the leverage by 100, and that's your best case liquidation point. Best case. So yeah, I didn't even finish reading this. So yeah, look at that. That's 30. Fucking hell. Yeah, what's that? 18. 180, 1,000, 180 be 10%. 18 would be 1%. Yeah, so 30, 2%. That's it. That's nuts. That's nuts. Let's go to the Ethereum price. What's happening with this? Where's he at? There's a lot of chicken scratch. I should delete this, but if you've been following and watching the streams, then you'll understand why everything's there. You know, bear flag. Market. All my dreams have come true this bull market. Like the crypto president, SEC's fucked off. Like everything's just been great. You can't argue with like BlackRock, Bitcoin ETF. You can't argue with Bitcoin now. Like if anybody, again, I've been here since start of 2017, end of 2016. It's like the amount of pointless debates and arguments that I've had with people about Bitcoin, and now it's just like you can't even argue with it. I don't even. It's just like I just like, okay, which one of these million videos do I want to just put in front of your face instead of wasting my breath, just so you can see the validity of the protocol. You know what I mean? Like I'm not even gonna hear them out now. But all those things have come true, and the market's just completely tanked. So that's been quite difficult for me, and that just shows that a lot of the time, if you have a set in stone mentality, I mean these years, these bull markets, they shape you. They shape you, and yeah, it's shaped me. It shaped me too bullish for all the things that we've been waiting for 7 years. So that's my bad. I mean, fuck. I mean, I'm paying for it. It is what it is. But moving on, this. trade that he's got on. So this whale possibly trading with insider info. You'd hope so. Otherwise, he's just nuts. But people really do have this much money, man. As crypto gets more popular in that, like, there's billionaires. How many billionaires are in America? Like, let's have a look. How many, or in the world, billionaire in the world, here you go. How many billionaires are in the world? 2,781. So one of them could have like shitloads of, you know what I mean? How many billion, I think it's 1,000, isn't it? How many millions in a billion? 1,000 million, yeah. So these billionaires, these 2,000, probably 3,000 by now, these 3,000 billionaires all have over 1,000 millions. And so, you know, fuck, if I had if I had 2,000 millions, then a fucking bottom time, like a skits bottom time, you might have a party on, and you're a billionaire in the Hamptons. You got like 10 of your mates around you. You're like, let's fat finger this shit. Let's go. He would have only, if it's, the value's 140 mil, so he would have only put up, well, I mean, whatever 50x is of that. Let me just take a sip real quick. And yeah, that divided by 50. It's bugger all, isn't it? It's a couple mil, 3 mil, is it? 3 mil? It's 3 mil. So he just put 3 mil up. He doesn't give a shit about 3 mil. So yeah, why not? I mean, you wouldn't even have, you don't need to, yeah, you know what I mean? I'm just like, it doesn't have to have insider information. I think there's just a lot of degenerates out there that would just pump 3 mil into a hella risky thing and see what happens. Like, imagine if this was the bottom, like he'd get 100 million off that. High risk, high reward. The whale, likely armed with insider info, made another 2.15 mil in just 50 minutes. So maybe he's probably going to be in and out real quick. About 50 minutes ago, the whale sold 947 ETH for 1.95 million USDC deposited into Hyperliquid. So there's a lot of Hyperliquid use, bullish for Hyperliquid. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not hearing where's these other dexes. You don't, like, you're hearing all the big dicks are swinging around on Hyperliquid. So adds a lot of validity. There's that word again. As ETH quickly rose, he closed his long position and locked in 2.5 mil, 15 mil profit. Yeah, so he's active. This whale is the one that made 6.8 mil by going long on BTC and ETH with 50x leverage. He's got his lucky number, 50x. Respect, man. Respect it. All right, so yeah, that's, again, you know, this is most of the news. This is most of the news. Just a mad. We'll talk about this rates in a second. So Ethereum, yeah, it's got to go to basically there, and he opened it at 5, which is here. So he opened it halfway up this pump or something. And it's probably, yeah, I mean, the whole Twitter knows now. So there'd be some stop hunting. There'd be some fucking, you're worried about your bags, your stops getting hunted. Yeah, we will have that, Marty. We will have a Blockchain Bulls party one day, man. I'm not going to stop until Dicko reckons that I'm not allowed to stop until we're all in Vegas. That's, he's got his heart set on Vegas. Couldn't tell you why, but okay, we're gonna make that happen. Might just I thought it'd be by now, but obviously the universe is going to give it to us when the universe wants to give it to us. So maybe me expecting that it was going to be already is the reason why it's delayed. Apologies for that. Let's continue. Oh, fuck, man. I swear it mutes itself. I didn't even press that button then. Damn it. I am rife with technical difficulties, and I'm a bit of a tech guy, but this live streaming shit has been one of the most difficult things of my life to date. It just, yeah, it's fucking crazy. So what I was saying then, okay, is current trends, a lot of these trends, they like we've talked about previously, they cruise down like this, and then as they get closer to the end, they get steeper, and then they get steeper, and the channels get steeper, like exactly what you're seeing here. And good strategies for this is like what people in Wall Street do, because trailing stop losses are a very popular way to take profit. You just you do it, you put the trailing stop, you manage the trailing stop actively, and it decides when you take profit, because the trailing stop is going to follow the price. So if it starts trending hard, then it's up to the discretion of the stop. You're making something less subjective to yourself, which is one of the most important things to do in trading. What I was saying is strategies are like, you've got to say you put your stop loss here, and then the price goes down, and then once you see it do this, because we know that it hunts liquidity, and it comes and it tries to take people's money and hits the stop losses. Once you see this shit, once you see that, once you see this, so obviously you need to like work out the volatility, and you got to like have it here. Maybe you have it at say if you shorted here, best case scenario, you keep the stop loss here, and you know that it's going to come make a higher low, a lower high, and it's going to hunt some stops. It could do this, it sometimes does this and then comes back down, sort of like this, it stabs up. You watch for the the lower high. You watch for the lower high, and then once that lower high has had its turn, it's confirmed, then you turn the trailing stop loss on, and then you activate it, and it starts trailing, and then as the price goes down there, the trail moves to there, and then it comes back up, and the trail stays the same, and then it comes back here, and then once you see this, it's broken down from this next range, then you can move it a bit more aggressive, and then once it goes into this, changes the angle of the downtrend, like into this channel, that's when people they start going really aggressive with the trailing stop losses. But also the thing that you have to watch out for is obviously this. So but once you see this, you're like, okay, yeah, well, the stop losses have been hunted now. The damage has been done. So you can that's when you see this, and then you see that red candle close. You're like, okay, yeah, well, I dodged that. So then you can make it even more aggressive because it's steeper now, and you know that it's going to finish. Most of the time, these trends finish at the steepest point. That's just typical trend behavior. Not always, markets do what they do, but they trend and then they finish with that steep parabola, and it's the same most of the time. So sideways trend and then flicks back and forth, and then it's fucking steep. It doesn't always. It's always different. These markets aren't easy, but on average, like the average lifespan of a trend is to start with a certain angle, like typical angle, do all sorts of bastardly shit, and then change its angle. Changes its angle. Where are we? As you can see, like this channel, wherever we end up drawing it, not the best looking channel, but however you want to draw it, steeper now. It's got to have gone from a whatever degree that is to that degree, and then it finished with this degree, which is the steepest, which is fucking almost free fall. And that's mostly how trends, that's the typical lifespan of a trend, and you can get really aggressive with your profit taking once you recognize that it's at its final legs. You move the trailing stop loss real tight, and then finally when it comes down, you probably get stopped out here or whatever, but if you've ridden it from up here, you're absolutely wrapped. So that's just a little take profit strategy, trailing stop loss take profit strategy. I'm just gonna blow my nose real quick. I was pausing for a second. So, but what I want to show you, I'll just show you something here. Okay, see if you can understand what this is. This will take 10 seconds just while I blow my schnoz. But look what I've got on here. Okay, what have I got here? Ready? What's this down here? What's this down here? And hold on. What's this? Ready? Wait for it. You know this chart. This is the DXY, the dollar. Ready? Okay, the global liquidity index. What do you see here? What do you see here? Hold on. BRB. This is that same DXY chart. Okay, now I've overlaid global liquidity index. All right, let's just global liquidity index. I want to see what it says on here. The BIS uses the term global liquidity to refer the ease of financing in global financial markets. The BIS global liquidity indicators track credit to non-bank borrowers, covering both loans extended by banks and funding from global bond markets through issue. So, anyways, yeah, that was anticlimactic. Okay, you're measuring the money supply. You're measuring the money supply. Look at this. Ready? Click on the settings. Look, Federal Reserve System, Treasury General Account, Bank of Japan, People's Bank of China, Japan money supply, other countries M2 money supply, Europe money supply. So this is all the money supplies. It's a big thing at the moment. Global money supply. So this is like the trending global money supply, and it's for valid reasons too. Global money supply. So you can see here quite inverse to the dollar. Okay, so that just shows us that when the dollar's going down, the money supply is going up. So what do you want? Why you want to see an increasing money supply? Because that's inflation, and you know what happens when when inflation comes. These fucking remember COVID? Remember the pumps? Real estate markets never even recovered. Everything has just pumped and never fully pulled back enough, really, realistically speaking. Like the COVID, I mean, I guess Bitcoin, crypto they had that big pullback, but you know what I'm saying? Like inflation's still, like the money's still around. The money's still around. Anyways, it's already been 20 minutes. We'll cruise through these charts real quick. I'll show you a couple of interesting things, and then we'll pack her up, boys. So the DXY, good for crypto when it finally decides to recover. At least we've got the DXY on our side. Bitcoin, sort of the same sort of thing here. We're looking for that second count of divergence. So boom, boom, that'd be nice. Boom, boom. So we are sort of expecting maybe one drive lower of Bitcoin, but it's also really hard. It's hard to say because, you know, I'm just so fucking bullish for a start. But for a second, the Bitcoin's so in demand at the moment that it doesn't look like it, but I'm just telling you, like, with all this positive news, like, it could just flick and just green candle after green candle after green candle at any point, and everyone will be like, of course. I mean, how did it even stay so low for so long? I can't believe it went down to 70k, whatever it would be like. That'll be the hindsight, so you know what it's all like. Ethereum's holding up. We just talked about Ethereum. We'll keep track of old mate, see when he gets liquidated. He probably already has. Solana, the same. Chilling around that 125 area, so very important 125 area. We have to see what Solana does from here. It's put in the bullish divergence as well. You just really need, most likely that one extra. Like that's sort of like this is one count of bullish divergence here. You know, low, lower, low, low, higher, low. You just want to see one more drive of bullish divergence to like have the probabilities swayed more in the factor of it actually being a reversal. Because right now it's just it's just one count. Total 2, so everything, all crypto excluding Bitcoin. So I mean, this is, again trending down. Angles getting steeper. So we'll see. But all crypto suffering still. This might have one, yeah, again, if this follows typical price patterns, might have one leg lower to go. DEXE, so that's one of this coin short on. Hope we'll see what happens. It's a fucking suspicious chart, that's for sure. It's just in this free hanging zone here after this uptrend. So it's not a weak chart. It's not a weak chart. It's just got a long way to fall. So sometimes these pay off. Sometimes these pay off heavily. Obviously, it's a bit of top timing going on. The trend is now down. It has been down for 4th of Feb, so over a month. The trend is clearly down. So we'll see what happens. It's a good play nonetheless. I think I'll definitely be. I'll be surprised. I'll be more. Put it this way. I'll be more surprised if it goes like this. I'll be like, well, holy shit, what's pairing that? But I think it's pretty safe bet to stay. No, it's not safe bet. It's just it's worth the risk. I believe it's worth the risk to be short on this shitcoin. Here's another shitcoin that I'm short on. Again, these blue bars. These blue bars. Sometimes they pay really well, and sometimes you're better off just going on. You're just shorting something that's already just like fully trending down, like fully like in this death spiral. You know what I mean? Like something like this. It's just in this fucking death spiral. So you're probably better off. A lot of the time, you're better off just not being scared of shorting the bottom. Like everybody that would have done this was, you get wrecked by, if you do short like these lows, you get wrecked by these stop hunts, because like look at that, that's like 100% right here, just coming up, liquidating everybody for 100%, and then just going down even further. Just does it all the time. Finds these lows, liquidates 100%, goes down, liquidates probably nearly 100%, liquidates nearly 100%, bang, probably do that again, liquidate 100%. So you got to be careful with these things, but also at the same time, I'm just showing you the two different sort of types of shorts. You got the start of a move. And then you've got basically like jumping onto a death spiral and hoping that you're not unlucky enough to short the bottom and that it's still got space to move. But I like trying to short the start of the move. I mean, it doesn't have to be. This isn't top timing. This is just assuming trend continuation. So I'm short this still. XEM, the old Japanese Ethereum. The other one, we just got a blue bar on this, gigabar, Merl. So you could see, like, you can see how it does have these stop hunts as well. This is the risk with these shitcoins. They come and have these big, like, they range and then they chase the stops and then they go lower and they range. So this could chase the stops. If it does come up here, I'm definitely a shorter, absolutely a shorter of this Merl. But like the play is like realistically, the play is like just trend continuation, and then just doing like a trade where you're like using very low leverage. So like you're using like 1.5x leverage or 2x leverage or something. So that like your stop loss is like ages away. And if it goes down, then you're just happy that you made little gains. But if it comes up and you see this stop hunt, then you're well out of it. And then that's when you add to the position. And then you follow it in. And that's when you put the trail and stop on. And then you're on. And then you start upping the leverage. You start turning the leverage up, throwing a bit more coin on it, and building up a proper position because you survived the stop hunt. So that's like, hey, actually should trade these for sure. Let's have a little look at these S&P 500 still nuking. You can see here, like if we zoomed in, look at this. It's an hourly chart. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at these hourly chart. Sports. Okay, so channel, and now what's it doing? Looks to me like it's starting to steepen up. Yeah, so it's gonna finish like you probably get maybe wrong one. You probably get a bit of this shit maybe, and then boom, and then boom. Like, hold on. Maybe, I don't know, but like it could bottom at any time. But I'm just saying, like, you know, like what we've been talking about, back up in the channel, and then it's just like ping, 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 that sort of shit. Leave that there. S&P 500, it's down to 5.5. Who would have thought, huh? We called that top two, by the way. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Nasdaq, if you're interested. Gold, again. Gold, waiting for gold. See, you're starting to get low volatility now, 12-hour chart. It's going to try. I'm expecting an attempt at 3K still on gold. That's me. Okay, now last thing, we'll wrap it up and we'll just quickly talk about this. This is the CME Group Fed Fund Futures. So Australia have already cut rates 0.25%, which is annoying for people that want to buy a house, because the pressure that was starting to take place in the Australian real estate market, people with like 10 properties and they're just paying interest only and they're renting it out and all that sort of stuff. They were just starting to feel a bit of pain with those interest rates, and like, oh, I might have to sell one of my properties soon. Oh no. And then the RBA goes ahead, cuts 0.25, and although that's not much and they will still be in pain, they now just have to hold on. They're just like, oh, well, the cycle has started. They've started cutting. The cutting cycle has begun. When they start cutting, they always cut for at least a year. They always cut for at least a year. Like variations of how much they cut by, how aggressive and whatnot. They always cut. They always cut more than once. Go have a look at it. You know, the RBA cash rate. Type it in. They always start, and then so people are just like, oh, I don't have to sell that property after all. I can just hang on. Interest rates coming down soon. You know, it'll be, you know, that's what I was thinking. So, oh yeah, don't have to sell anymore. So no supply coming onto the market. Demand remains, and prices stay high. So this is the American interest rate, which has not cut yet. But so as you can see here, the meeting let me zoom in a bit. All right, move me big old head, and we'll finish here. So meeting date, 3 January, March. Yeah, so the next meeting on the 19th of March. There is a 97% chance that they will not cut. That's because that's where it's at right now. That's the current interest rate. But the next one, there's a 37% chance that they will cut, and then there's in June there's a 55% chance that they will cut. Now these are changing all the time, obviously, but it's getting more and more expected to start cutting. They're being more and more expected to start cutting soon. It's crazy. I still can't believe it. Still has me fucked that the RBA did it already. Oh fuck it. Australian politicians, man, and bureaucrats. They've got to be the worst. They've got to be up there with the worst in the non-communist government. Anyways, thank you for hanging around. Give it a like and a subscribe if you can. Just like it. That means a lot. Appreciate that. So I'll talk to you tomorrow. See you then. Ta-ta. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.